Hi everyone, Leslie from Discovery Fabrics. Today we're talking about a new release from Itch to Stitch Patterns, which is called the Winterthur jacket. This is like a thigh length coat with an optional hood or collar. It's got a cinched waist and very inclusive sizing. We really like this jacket. We've been waiting for something like this to come out for some time because the design is very simple, but it can be used for many climates or uses depending on the fabric that you choose. Now, normally we would talk about both the outer fabric and the lining, but we have so many options here at Discovery Fabrics that we have already made a video just on the lining, and we hope that you'll watch that as well. And it'll actually pull the whole thing together if you understand the choices of the lining and the choices of the outer fabric that you make, depending on where you live and what you're using your jacket for. So starting over here, I want to talk about what the fabrics that you would use and why you would use them. If you don't have rain as an issue and you're just making, say, a simple cotton poly jacket and you just want it to be warm, then what you're going to do is maybe choose one of the first few fabrics. So this one here is just a cotton twill, not water repellent, and it is a really nice beefy weight that would be really good for a jacket weight, and that could be lined with many things to add warmth depending on your needs. Next up we have a stretch woven, but I wanted to point out to you that you can use a stretch fabric in a pattern that does not require stretch. Often the stretch is not a lot, but it does add extra comfort and ease. And in this case, this is our stretch woven called Adventure. Normally we'd use this for like hiking pants or that kind of thing, but it would make an excellent Winterthur jacket. And again, it's not terribly thick, so your lining would depend on where you live and what warmth factor you need. Next we have a fabric by Polartec. Polartec invented fleece. They make many technical fabrics that we carry here at Discovery Fabrics. This is a Polartec Thermal Pro, but this is called a technical sweatshirt style, and it is not water repellent. It has a beautiful soft hand to it. It's very dressy looking, and the inside is fleece. Of course, if you're lining the jacket, you would use obviously something smooth as lining, unless you of course wanted to add a lot of extra warmth to it. There's Polartec Thermal Pro Technical Sweatshirt. Now we're going to get into shells and soft shells. So a soft shell basically is a laminated fabric, so it's got the shell on the outside and it's laminated to something soft. Could be a fleece, it could be, you know, fur, it could be wicking fabrics, but that's where they get the term soft shell. So it's an all-in-one fabric, but you can wear it as an unlined jacket, but in this case you would line it with something to give it added warmth or just that finished look. This is Pacific Tech. It's a mid-warmth shell. It's beautifully soft. It is also very water repellent, as you can see. Water just kind of ran away. And we have it in a lot of beautiful colors. Next, I'm going to get into some Polartec shells. The first one I'm going to show you is a Polartec Power Shield. Power Shield is a laminated fabric. It can have many different backings and weights. It can have everything, like I said, to a high loft, to power grid, power dry, or fleece. On our website, we always put the specs and features on all of the fabrics, so you can look up the style and you can see the weight, the stretch, suggested uses, and that kind of thing, and it's always going to give you a better idea of what's going to be best for your project. Next up we have Polartec Power Shield Pro. Now Power Shield Pro is where Polartec, instead of just laminating the fabrics together, actually has a technical membrane in it, and that membrane is going to be very breathable and very wind repellent and waterproof as well. So this happens to be a lighter weight of Polartec Power Shield Pro. This actually was a white fabric and we had it custom printed in Vancouver. It's a very beautiful poppy print. And I'm just going to show you that it is, not only is it very, very water repellent, but the inside is moisture wicking. So it's going to pull that moisture through if you're sweating. And again, these are intended to be used as standalone, but you can line them and give yourself extra warmth. And that's where we're going with this video, is showing you the outer fabrics that you can use, and then in the other video we show you the suggested linings. Next up we have Polartec Wind Pro. Wind Pro is very similar to PowerShield Pro. It just has a different kind of a a membrane that is a little more windproof, basically, and again highly water repellent. And the next two fabrics that I'm going to show you are sort of the creme de la creme of Polartec shells. This is called Neo Shell. Neo Shell has a fantastic membrane inside, many weights and styles. It is twice as waterproof and breathable as Gore-Tex, and you can see here it's fantastic. It's really an amazing shell, and if you're lining this, one of the linings that we're going to recommend in our other video is Polartec Alpha Direct, because it's a very lightweight, beautiful feeling lining that's going to give you just that added bit of warmth. So that is just a really short overview. The last thing I wanted to show you was that you also could use, in Kenneth's newest pattern, the Winterthur, you could actually use a beautiful 200 weight of Polartec fleece. And you could, again, in my other video, I showed it lined with heat reflective lining, but that would be a really nice choice also for this jacket. So that's a brief overview of some of the many fabrics we have here at Discovery Fabrics for outerwear. We specialize in performance fabrics that the big brands use. If you have any questions, you can ask them in our group, So Inspired by Discovery Fabrics, or you can follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Discovery Fabrics. Thank you so much for watching.